What's up, you guys? Welcome to episode 4. We're gonna talk about gratitude tonight because it's the Thanksgiving episode. I know that we got a lot to jump into, so we'll just start with some sports.
What's going on, everybody? So, going to delve into a topic we don't get a lot into on here, which is college football. I know personally, I'm a real big college football fan. I think we all have some resemblance of some kind of team that we're really big followers of. It's rivalry week. Usually always happens, right around Thanksgiving. So, first thing I really wanted to talk about was some of the biggest rivalries in college football. What are your favorites to watch? Some games that have been really big throughout the history of college football, I feel like have stemmed from rivalries. So I don't know. I'm just going to pass it along to you guys. I have a feeling I know what one of y'all's is going to be. Pizza Hoodie. Yeah, just don't look around. Hey, you know who you are.
San Diego.
Yes, the San Diego Giants of the Minnesota League. It's a local hockey team out that way.
I'll say this. So one of my favorite rivalries in at least college football is the Red River rivalry. I know that doesn't happen around November. It happens like a month into the season. Big fan of Mississippi State versus Ole Miss, but I'll let others talk about that if they'd like to. It's the Iron Bowl, big dog, and it is always wild. And this year's at Jordan Hare, which is a huge advantage one way or the other. New quarterback on the scene. Can he handle the pressure? Honestly, I have no idea. This game gets me excited every year. I remember watching the Kick Six, followed by the prayer at Jordan Hare, but that wasn't a rivalry weekend thing. But I remember where I was at and how I remember the entire evening of the Kick Six, and
which is crazy that you weren't hammered out of your mind.
I was, but that's how, and that's one of those moments that like takes you out of that and locks you back into the real world. That happened. I ran out of my apartment. I had a scar on my knee for like a month and a half because it was raining outside. I ran down the stairs and I didn't know where to go, so I just beeline like a 90-degree turn and fell over and scraped my knee. Do I remember anything after that? Probably not, but let's go, baby. No, wait, that was the prayer of Jordan Hare. That wasn't even the Kick Six. Kick Six, I was at a bar.
I was about to say I was there for that.
I said that was the Georgia game. No. The Kick Six, I was in Marco Island watching it at a bar, and I was like, this was early. One of my first couple trips to Marco Island with the in-laws. I'm excited because Alabama's on a decline, in my opinion, and I don't think they belong where they are in the rankings. And Auburn, as always, is unpredictable. So,
very much so. No coach right now. Which is another thing we're going to talk about. Yeah, we're going to talk about here in just a second. But I know, speaking personally, LSU doesn't really have a rival for rivalry week. I know we have like Arkansas and Ole Miss and Alabama, but this week randomly we're playing Oklahoma, which is strange. But
probably going to get the living shit kicked out of us too. That's always great because they probably. So just to clarify, everybody, I don't want to cut Cody off, but I need this to be known. I'm a giant LSU fan. My dad, RIP, huge LSU fan. That's the reason I'm an LSU fan. But I am the most realistic LSU fan you'll ever fucking meet. I hate those dudes. I fucking hate them. I hate what that program has become, what it is right now. I fucking hate it. everybody that's an LSU fan that blows smoke up Nussmeier's ass, all this shit that they were talking about at the beginning of this season, I'm like, you guys are stupid. You clearly don't know anything about what's going on. That cat, one of Scoop's buddies, who claims to be a giant LSU fan, wanted to put money on the line. I'm stupid for not taking this bet. That Nussmeier would be a top 10 pick in the NFL. He told me that before week 1 happened.
And would have given you odds.
You might be the dumbest guy I've ever talked to in my life. Gotta be. Stupid as fuck. All right, ran over. My bad.
Going into the season, I think he definitely had high hopes. I mean, he was second or third in the Heisman rankings, which, by the way, I don't know if y'all have looked at the Heisman rankings preseason compared to now, is astronomically different. Because I think I got it pulled up right here. The top 5 in Heisman Trophy odds were Arch Manning, Garrett Nussmeier, Kate Klubnik, Jeremiah Smith, and Lenore Sellers.
Wait, are or were?
That was going into.
Okay, thank God.
That was preseason Heisman fan.
I thought I heard R, and I was like, these guys are? No, all right, I got you now. All right,
that was pre-week 1. Those were your Caesars, like.
Oh, you mean when Texas was ranked number 1 or 2 in the country?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think they were second. No, Ohio State was first.
Yeah, the only reason they hung on to the top 10 as long as they did.
For the namesake. But
yes, sir.
Delving back to the rivalry thing, with LSU not really having a big rival full rivalry week, I think one I always like watching is Ohio State, Michigan. I feel like at least the past couple of years has been a pretty good game, year in and year out.
A game.
And it's not this week; it's next week. But the Army-Navy game is always a big one too.
Just thinking
it's always a big one. Whether they're good, bad, somewhere in the middle, it's always a hard-fought game, and it's one of those games that just means more, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Usually they're below the middle, both teams, but it's a great game.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that is kind of what those games, the Iron Bowl, Egg Bowl, the game, those are the games that kind of like set the bar for rivalry week and makes it, I think, the best week in all college football.
Yeah, going to the Egg Bowl. So, the Egg Bowl, it was my pick for this weekend for sure. Pretty much being from Mississippi, my family, either probably 3/4 of them that actually went to college, went to Mississippi State. One of my brothers out of the 11 folks that I got at this point, is a huge Ole Miss fan. Don't know why, randomly. I don't know, I guess from his dad's side of the family because we're half brothers. But I always lean more towards the Mississippi State side because of my family, people who went there. Just seems like, more my kind of folks in that regard. But for as long as I can remember, that's a Thanksgiving memory. Like, you get the NFL games during the day, and then they play the NFL game, whoever plays that night. Most of the time, don't even turn it on. Just because the Egg Bowl, Mississippi State, traditionally, pretty trash team. They are. But when that game rolls around, you're going to see just crazy shit happen.
It's different, bro.
You're going to see wild effort because, it just means more, like what Cody mentioned. That game means more. That is their Super Bowl, their national championship. Like, if they can beat Ole Miss, or if Ole Miss, they've been good for the past few years. So, them beating Mississippi State doesn't really matter. But Mississippi State beating them, that's a huge thing.
That's where I'm at with Auburn.
You always get those, weird lines and weird storylines that go into it. Like, this year, a lot of stuff going on with that game. Lane has to make his decision, by the Egg Bowl. They told him, they're like, hey, we need to know if you're staying or you're going to Florida, you're going to LSU, whatever's going on, we need to know. Not only that, if somehow Mississippi State beats them, it knocks Ole Miss out of getting into the playoff.
Oh, yeah.
No 3-loss team is getting into the playoff, period. Same thing for Auburn beating Alabama. If Auburn beats Alabama this weekend, Alabama's done.
And both programs know it.
100%.
Yeah.
That Florida State loss they took at the beginning of the year looks like the worst loss in the entire country because Florida State is a hot bag of garbage.
When's the last time I heard Florida State?
Nussmeier type garbage. Fucking cheeks. They're terrible. They're awful. So, backtracking to sitting down Thanksgiving night, turning that game on. It's cool outside. It's crispy. You got a nice glass of Woodford, a couple ice cubes in there, and you just sip that and you just let the magic unfold, man. You just make those memories, whether you're the only guy in the room sitting and watching that because your family's doing other shit, or everybody's gathered around the TV to watch that game. It means something, man. Especially, being from Mississippi, it's just one of those things I look forward to every single year.
So I actually thought of this when you said Egg Bowl because I was in the Vietnamese Student Association. I don't know if you guys knew that, but yes, sir, for like 3 years. Sticking, yeah, buddy, big time. Honorary white guy, holding it down for the white boys. What's up? I don't know what to tell you. So we did a thing.
Was there prereqs? There couldn't have been prereqs for this club.
Brother.
The minimum would have had to have been, you got to be Vietnamese. And they were like,
no,
we ain't got enough Vietnamese.
They did this thing, I think the first year was at Ole Miss. It was at Ole Miss or Mississippi State. Either way.
The only two places it could be.
The event was, Southern Miss.
Not the Egg Bowl.
No. Well, that's what brings me to this, is that it was called the Egg Roll Bowl. I'm not making this shit up. It's real. So they go and they play dodgeball and kickball and tug of war and all kinds of shit. And then whatever college hosts it, they also host a big party. Dog, Vietnamese people throw down. There's no mixed drinks. There's no nothing. It is, you walk in, it's shots. It's all they do. It's just shots. They're insane.
That's my kind of party.
Yeah, dude, they're nuts. And Ole Miss, I'll say this, I like Mississippi State as a place. Dude, Ole Miss throws down, dog. Ole Miss Vietnamese throw down. So
there's way more money going to that place than there is Mississippi State.
Ain't no doubt. Yeah. So that's my little egg roll bowl plug.
That's a little tie-in.
All right, guys, that's our sports portion for the night. We're going to jump right over to our porch picks. Sip is now 1 for 2, which means he's on the downtrend. Hopefully this week he can turn it around. All right, guys, welcome to the Thanksgiving edition of Porch Picks. We're going to jump right in here. Sip, what do you got for them?
Got a quick 6-piece Sunday football. We got Kunakua with 8 receiving yards.
How many?
To start again. 80. We got Tyler Lockett for 40 receiving yards. Starting, kind of a rhythm with Gino. We got Von A-Chain, anytime touchdown.
Who's he playing?
Yep.
All right, I like it anyway. We'll see.
And over to pick 4, we got Trey McBride for 70 receiving yards.
Seems aggressive.
He's been averaging more than that.
All right.
Jacoby Brissett's a dog.
Apparently.
And then the 5th pick, we're going Bijan Robinson for 70 rushing yards.
I like it.
And to round it out, got to keep it in here because it's hit every week, JSN for 90 receiving.
Is that the Seattle guy?
Yeah, Jackson Smith.
Yeah, he could do that in one play.
Literally, kid's a dog. Certified.
All right, so that's your 6-piece for this Sunday. Happy Thanksgiving, and we're going to jump right over to Echoes of the Porch. All right, guys, welcome to this week's edition of Echoes of the Porch. It's Thanksgiving week, so we're going to talk a little bit about gratitude. So like I said, this week we will be echoing gratitude. Let's start small. What's one small thing this week that you guys are grateful for?
Yeah, getting this fucking house done.
That's kind of where I thought you were heading.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
For me, it's my it's my classroom, dude. I sent you guys the pictures of it. I've been painting the walls for a while, and I've been waiting 2.5 months to get new tables in my classroom, and they made all the difference in the world. So that's one of those small things I think was going to make a huge difference in my little hood society. Seth, what do you? What's a small thing this week that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for finally getting my car fixed.
No, don't.
Felt like it took forever.
All right. What about that lotion in the background?
We'll use that later.
He's like, I'm thankful for that later, not last week.
Grateful for a battery charge.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah, USB charger. That's what he's got.
That's what you need to be grateful for. No, it might sound dumb, but I mean, just having that one day off this week, man, that's something I'm very grateful for.
Brother, it's huge.
Work is just an absolute hell the past month or two. So even a one-day reprieve is going to be very nice and very much needed. And then the added, getting to hang out with my family too, that's going to be pretty cool.
The day is beautiful. Like, it's incredible.
With no plans.
Oh.
You just get up whenever, and then you literally just like.
You have like 30 minutes of like weirdness where you're like, I should be at work. And then then it's whatever.
Then you revel in the silence that is going on throughout your house.
Oh, brother, bring me.
It's quiet.
I'll bring you back around because my next question, dude, I'm telling you, I cannot believe. Like, I love that you said the word silence. So, what's something that you used to take for granted that you see differently now?
Oh, it's 1,000% silence.
Dude, I wrote it.
As a guy who talks a lot.
Yeah.
All the time. Now, I love talking to people. I love having a great conversation.
Yeah.
But I really learned to appreciate silence, like whenever I started like working offshore. And I appreciate it even more now that I don't work offshore and I get home from work and it's late. Mm-hmm. And all I want to do after dealing with people all day long, listening to loud machines run, whatever it is I had to do that day, I want to come in, I want to get a shower, I want to eat, and sit down in silence and just watch some mindless shit on TV.
Yeah, for me personally, I wrote down silence and I wrote down personal space. I'm a 7th grade teacher. I don't get silence all fucking day. I don't get personal space all. I tell kids when they walk in, I go, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I need my space right now, and I still don't get it. But that's the thing. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate, and I think that you as a new father will. I think there's going to be a weird window, right, where it's like you want your personal space, but you also want young dude around.
Absolutely,
right?
Man.
That's going to be a crazy change too.
It's not even the personal space that I crave. Like whenever I get home from work, I spend all day at work and I get home and not long after that he's going to sleep. Like that's what I want whenever I get home. I want that little bit of time with him to spend with him. But after he goes to sleep, I'm like, all right, I need some me time.
Right. All right, what are you guys thinking down there?
My thing would be a good night's sleep. Used to be able to sleep all the time. Now I can't. When I can, I appreciate the hell out of it.
I ain't slept good since the Clinton administration, so I couldn't tell you.
Brother, Taylor hates me for this, but one of my superpowers is I sleep so damn good. I'll brag about it. I crush
That
it.
must be fucking nice. Yeah.
I crush sleeping. Like I'll call her in right now. I'm telling you right now, dude, she'll punch me in my sleep, and I just roll over, and that's it. Like, hey, Cody, what is something that you used to take for granted, but you see differently now?
Yeah, fucking money. Money. I used to think I had a lot of money whenever when you're younger, you got your little teenage job, you stack your money up, ain't got no bills,
Buying
you might
dumb
have
shit.
one or
Every
two.
once in a while, just dumb
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. Just fucking whatever you want to. And then, here we are, adults, car payment, insurance, mortgage, fucking everything you can fucking think
Lotions on the
of.
shelf behind you.
Yeah. Lotion budget, whatever it may be.
Whew. A budget for it, he said. Golly.
What's a lesson someone taught you guys that you're thankful for now? I have actually in education have one. He told me, and I'll paraphrase it real quick. He said, "Don't take work home," but he said something along the lines of, "When that bell rings, when that final bell rings for the day, you're done. That's it." And I do. There are moments where I'm like, I think I'm a little too hard on that side of it. Like I'm at the bell ring, fuck you kids, I'm out of here. I'm the greatest teacher you're ever gonna have within the hours. And if I see kids in the neighborhood, I'm still a good person. But like, I don't grade at home. If it's everything about my job is contractual, so like, not the emotion and this and that, but like I'm not grading at home. I'm not taking meetings at home. I'm not stressing. The moment that I leave, like you said, you get home and you have that space and that silence. I I I I have that, and I appreciate that more than anybody. Like it came from that guy my first year, and some of the greatest advice I've ever had, and I will take that to my grave.
Yeah, it's always hard, to not take work home, especially I don't know personally, but, being friends with you for so long, I can see how that's not easy to do sometimes. Uh, so,
I'm right there with you on that end, dog. As far as there's people that bring that shit home all the time, and I'm like, that place could literally blow up as I drive out of the gate, and I'm like, that's something to deal with tomorrow. I give you 10 to 12 hours, sometimes even more of my time a day. Past that, I don't care what goes on here, man. I don't care.
I mean, it's
not my job to be monitoring this place 24 hours.
a
That's
deeper
way above
side of
my
that,
pay
dog.
grade.
If you tragically left us tomorrow, they're gonna replace you.
100%.
So like, and will it take a year to replace me? Probably, because no one wants my job. But that doesn't make me irreplaceable, and that's the thing. It's like, I'm not giving you my life. I mean, I am essentially giving you 8 hours a day, but I'm not giving you more than that. I'm gonna go home and enjoy my me time. I'm gonna enjoy my wife. I'm gonna enjoy my dog, future family. Dude, I sat in my backyard the other day for an hour and a half, just watching birds. I don't even know birds, bitch.
I live by the life motto of I work to live. I do not live to work.
Correct. Yeah, I agree
Period.
with that. Yeah, yeah.
There's been so many older generations of people that I've seen literally they work until they're forced into retirement. And then not long after that, they're gone.
Yeah.
They die because they're like, I don't have a purpose anymore. I never want my life to ever be centered around like my purpose is work. Period. My purpose on this planet, as of today, as of right now, is to be a father and to be a husband
Mm-hmm.
and to be a friend of the homies. Period. That's my purpose.
X.
Work is not a purpose. It's a means to an end. In any job that you work,
It's
period.
it's
It's a means
int-
to an end.
it's interesting when you say that because like that's where I get weird about it because it's like my job feels like my purpose, but it also like I know that I have like I have lots of hobbies. I have family, friends, blah blah blah. I do feel like when I think what else would I be doing? I don't have any. I can't. I could do other stuff, but like, dude, I'm really good at this. And like, if my purpose is making 300 kids a better person or 150 kids a better person, I can live with that. But that doesn't mean work's gonna be my whole world. I'm not that crazy.
Going back to the original question that you brought up, what's the best advice you ever got or anything like that? I especially right here at the holidays, and we got Christmas and New Year's right around the corner. New Year's super hard for me. I'll never get another New Year's Eve where I can sit and truly enjoy it. That's unfortunately the day that my dad passed away. So this right here at the holidays is always tough. But I always think about, and it's not even any specific thing that I can narrow down and be like, oh, this is the best advice that my dad ever gave me. With most fathers, your job as a father is to show, especially when you have a son, you show your son like the steps towards being a man, taking responsibility for your actions, being there for your family, being there for the people that are important to you, and showing up and giving your best effort for them every day. So when I think of my dad and all the conversations we had his entire life, that those always stand out to me as the principles that he gave me, that he may have not even known at the time what he was showing me or telling me, as far as like what would stick and instill in me the effort that he put in as a father. And I know Cody can speak to this as well, as he spent a lot of time at my house, as did numerous of my best friends. Like, my house was the house to go to, and there wasn't a friend who had a car issue. My dad was like, "Hey, bring it to the house. I'll get under the hood. I'll fix it. I'll show you what's going on." Or they needed help with something. I needed help with something. Like, my dad was that guy for me in my life, as far as someone who stepped up when he didn't have to be. And, for those listening, like, the person I call my dad, I'm adopted. So not only did my dad, instill principles into me, he was my stepdad and then later adopted me. He assumed the responsibilities of being my father. Like, he chose that. Like, he stepped up in that role, took that and everything that came with it, and decided, yep, that's what I want. I want to be his dad.
We chose you too, homie.
That's true. That's true. Cody got stuck with me by default, I think, because he had that weird ass bowl cut and nobody else would talk to him.
I chose
Exactly.
your ass
Nobody
when I
wants
was
to be
throwing up off a balcony.
That's true.
I think that's how that played out.
No, I think it was Jimmy John's.
I remember somebody throwing up off a balcony is all I remember. I don't even remember. I think I was told this, but
No, I threw up in some person's car that night, the first night I met him.
I might have thrown up off a balcony. I don't know.
It may have been you. I definitely threw up in somebody's car.
I've done
that
some
night.
weird shit off of balconies. I ain't gonna lie to you. So Yeah.
Vacation, boy, I tell you.
I said
Take that off the list.
Well, I guess if I'll delve into mine, kind of going to piggy bank off of Devin's, like basically not one specific like phrase, idiom, whatever you want to call it. Like I can't think back to one thing my dad said, but just a culmination of everything that he did for me, like growing up. Like my dad was, I mean, Devin can attest. My dad was a fucking hard ass. I mean,
Absolutely.
my dad was a dick whenever I was a kid, and to the point to where like I didn't really like my dad. I mean, that's a reason why I spent a lot of time at Devin's house. But like looking back, I understand why he was so hard on me, and I mean, it makes me appreciative of him to an extent. So that I guess would be mine. You know, is everything my dad. Even though at the time I felt like, damn, why is he being such a dick to me? Like, why is he being so hard on me? As a kid, you may think he's being hard on you, but as an adult looking back, it's like, okay, he was just preparing me for what the real world really is, not some fucking cotton candy rainbow world that we think it is as kids. It's like, this is the real world. This is how people are going to be. So just prepare yourself. And that's my job, is to do that, is to prepare you for that. So I think that would be mine.
it's funny too, because like I have a very similar experience with my father, and like you said, it could have went either way, right? Like you could be sitting
Yeah.
here now and be like, my father fucking sucked. I hate him. He's the worst. I think with age, especially, maybe, because it's like a man to man thing. I just as easily could have grown up and hated my father and this and that, but
Mm-hmm.
whether that's me growing as a person or intellectually or whatever, or you, or both of us.
Yeah.
I think that you can look back and see, you're like, all right, I understand it. Doc, some people don't grow up with understanding, and they hate
Yeah. They focus on the, yeah.
they hate unwillingly. They hate for no reason. Like,
So Johnny Gregg has taught me two things in life. Granted, probably not the best words of advice.
I have a feeling I
Things I
know
take
two
to
of
heart.
these. Okay, go ahead.
The first one is, he's the one that taught me to really just think about myself and do what I want and what's gonna make me happy, and fuck everything else.
Yeah,
Like,
checks out.
if no, if that bachelor party was 2 years ago, I probably would have been a fucking bitch and been like, nope, I can't because of work, blah blah this, blah blah that. Now that making myself happy, going out, doing it, full
Yeah,
send.
yeah.
John Gregg's advice. Second thing he taught me, best words of advice he's ever given me, naturally, my dad. He said, always date a chick with small hands because it makes your dick look bigger.
I've heard this one actually. Oh my god.
So,
One night we're bringing Johnny G on the pod because I'm telling you guys, this
he's been
motherfucker,
asking.
bro, I'm telling you.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
how many teeth does your dad have left at this point?
4 maybe. So there's a whole lot of
That was my guess. Was 4.
Dog, I'm telling you, man. This is my old doubles partner in disc golf, and just one of the. I mean, this is a high praise for me. I've met a lot of people in a lot of places. He's in my arguably top 10 best people I've ever met in my entire life. Like I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This guy, blue collar dude, just. Yeah, words don't express that. I spent a lot of time with this cat because he's my doubles partner, and yeah, I'm sure that Seth has hours of life advice from this cat. I ain't even gonna lie to you because this bitch never shuts up.
Oh shit.
Good.
But respectable all the time. Like, we talk shit when we play doubles, but we respected the other team while we played doubles as well. All right, you guys. So that is our Echoes of the Porch tonight. We hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna jump over to a little bit of real talk. I know Devin's taking the mic on this one, so stay tuned.
So our real talk topic this week is a big one, especially one that I don't believe gets talked about enough. And we're right here at the holidays, and probably more so than usual, it gets taken for even more granted right around the holidays. And selfishly, as all of us being men, it's going to be men's mental health. For me personally, I struggle a lot with that. A lot has to do with, being in the Navy, PTSD, things of that nature. I go to therapy, and I think a lot of people don't use that route a lot when it's somebody that's impartial, that doesn't really know you, that you can go and kind of unload life's issues, stresses, concerns, whatever's on your mind that day. The week builds up and it goes and goes and goes. And the expectation of pretty much every man out there is to be a provider. That's what you're here for. Dating back to the caveman, you are the provider, whether it be you provide food, shelter, whatever that, in pretty much any relationship that you're in, the expectation, not always the actual case, but majority of the time, the expectation is going to be you're going to be the provider. And that weighs on a man from the time that you wake up to the time you go to sleep. And sometimes you have sleepless nights of trying to figure that out. Like, it seems every time you step foot outside the door, you're just under attack from the world, from the simple things, man, from getting to work on time, working and working freely, not being pinned down, not being hampered by too many things, not being overwhelmed at work to where you can, continue to do those things. And depending on where you're at in the world or what you're doing, your faith gets attacked, your mind just gets ran down, and nobody really stops to think, oh, well, we should ask him what's going on. Like, oh, why is he in a bad mood today? What's going on with him? Now they're like, oh, he's just a dude. He'll just get over
He's
it.
just angry.
And sometimes, yeah, you're just angry. You're like, oh, the dude's always angry. But especially with the recent rise in suicide over the past 5 to 7 years, especially in men,
Mm-hmm.
it's those reasons. It's those conversations that don't take place, that nobody thinks about. They're like, oh, he's just a dude. He'll get over it. It's not asking those questions. It's seeing signs of mental health struggles and not having the courage or wherewithal to talk to somebody, to talk to that guy who you see angry, pissed off all the time. You're like, hey man, what's going on? You're like, is everything okay? And it could be those simple conversations that could save somebody's life.
Whether that's saving
And
their life for 4 weeks or 6 months or a year or forever, like,
everybody gets a finite time here on this planet, man.
mm-hmm.
And one day everybody's time is going to run out.
Yeah.
Speaking from the earlier segment, getting that phone call on New Year's Day that my dad had passed the morning after. Never thought that was going to be the last time that I talked to my dad days before or saw him, anything like that. So
Yeah,
conversations.
I'm in a weird one right now with my grandfather about that. Yeah, he's old, and last time I visited, we did a lot. He's the beekeeper one.
Yep.
we went to the hardware store. We went to breakfast together. We went out to some farms where the bees were at. We just did just small things. And I know he's not really good right now, and he's super angry all the time. And it's like, I want to see you, but I love the last memories that I have from that weekend, and it's so hard to it's hard to find that middle. Like, I want to see you, but man, was it that's the weekend. I want to go out and remember that as the weekend. Like,
That's understandable, man.
yeah.
Especially as people get older. It's and again, going back to my dad, you can attest to this. Cody can attest to this. My dad wasn't even at my wedding because his health had declined to the point of he couldn't travel very far, and we were getting married like 45 minutes, an hour away, and he called me like 3 or 4 days before my wedding in tears and was like, I just can't do it. Like, I can't make it and be there. And in the moment, that absolutely sucked,
Yeah.
like a huge day, one of the most important days of my life, and my dad's not there to share it. And I'm like, all right, it is what it is. I understand. And from there, like, uh, that was the thing I didn't talk about. I didn't talk about how much that bothered me. And you can understand why or how something in that realm can't be accomplished
Yeah.
via health reasons, health concerns, something like that. But it still bothers you.
Well.
And then fast forward to the same year,
Yeah.
months later, my dad dies.
Well,
My dad died
you have to think
in
about
December.
this too. And I say this without, I'm not a father yet, but I've talked to parents and stuff along the way. Seeing your child, that's a milestone, right? Getting married, like he wanted to see it.
Absolutely.
But that's the thing we talked about earlier. It's like understanding where your parents were in that scenario takes that ability to grow and understand and look back at it. Like, he wanted to be there. The same as Cody now knows his father was looking out for him. Like, it does, but that doesn't make it not suck. It's just like you have to look back, and that's part of growing as a man as well. You have to look back, and you're like, I know he didn't. There are parents that just don't show up because they don't want to, and I don't think that was the case.
Yeah, they're shitty. They're shitty parents.
Yeah.
Across the board, 100% in the world.
Yeah.
People who have been so blessed to be a father and then have nothing to do with their kids, which is
crazy,
batshit fucking insane, man. Now, if you have a child with someone and you as people can't work it out, then I am a huge component of do not stay together for the kids. Don't do that shit.
But work together for the kid.
All it does is destroy your life, your spouse's life, and ultimately somewhere along the way, that is going to spill over into how you parent, how you talk to your child, how you treat your child, because they become the middle of that entire situation.
Right.
And they didn't ask for that. They never asked for that. And they don't understand that, especially as a kid.
Yeah.
Separate, find your happiness, and just be a great parent.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a great husband to the mother of your child. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I witness it all the time.
Be a great father. Be a great father.
Yeah.
Strive every single day to give your kid all the things you never got in life. All the advice that you didn't get as a kid, pass it on to them now. Set your children up for success in the future. That is the lasting thing as a father that you can do, that you can imprint on them for forever. You have that ability day in and day out, whether it's something you say, something that you teach them, any kind of interaction. You never know what's going to stick with them. You never know what will become a core memory of their life. Never take that time for granted, period.
Yeah, I agree with that. 100%.
Yeah,
1,000%.
100%.
2,000%.
Another big thing too in the mental health thing. If it's not everybody's cut out to go to therapy. Not everybody wants to go talk to some stranger like that. And if you don't, that's fine, man. It is what it is. But what you do need to guarantee that you have in life is a tribe of people around you that you can confide in, that you can talk to, friends that are there that aren't directly tied to your situations, but that you know that you can talk to about anything and everything. Just like us three do off this podcast, day in and day out, daily conversations of struggles going on, this and that, having that feedback. Not only that, having the people that aren't just going to be lackadaisical with what they're doing, people that are going to check you on your bullshit. That they're not just going to be like, oh, yeah, man, you're absolutely right. You should totally go do that. You should totally just blow up a house. No,
You should.
like, depending on whose house it is. But neither here nor there. But in that situation, you need those people that are going to reaffirm the positive things that you say and check you on the bullshit that you have to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. And I don't know. I feel like in the concept of the people I build around me, I talk to kids about this all the time. So my tribe per se, it's oftentimes it's built around your characteristics or your personality or what you want to have around you. And I try and tell kids this all the time. If you hang around 4 idiots, you will be the 5th idiot. If you hang around 4 caring, compassionate, thoughtful individuals, you will be the 5th. Period. So when I surround myself with, I like to think I surround myself with people that are kind, thoughtful, hardworking. Call me out on my bullshit. Like you said, like having those different people, and if you don't fit that script, you don't fit that script, man. Go find your circle of morons somewhere else. This is my circle of morons, and I love it. So
That's, I mean, absolutely. Because, I mean, we're pretty much all going to be idiots. There's no getting around that, especially in our friend group.
right, here's my life
We a bunch
advice,
of
baby.
dumbasses.
We're all weird. Find your own idiots.
And that's it, man. That is to the absolute core is
Yeah.
finding those people that you establish that connection with. And it can be people like Cody and I have been friends since the 6th grade. David and I haven't even been friends nowhere near that long. Like, we didn't meet till we were adults already.
It's been a decade probably now.
But
It's crazy.
probably a
Crazy
decade.
shit.
Realistically, yeah. I would say so. But at the same time, we didn't meet till we were adults.
Yeah.
And it's not a matter of when or where that you meet these people. It's you finding those people. And it's going to come naturally. You're going to establish some kind of connection with somebody that you can talk to, whether it's mutual interest in things, you work together,
We're
whatever it may
Steelers
be,
fan- we're
wherever it may
Steelers fans.
be. It could be at the CBS on a Tuesday night, and you got to go buy tampons for your wife. Some cat's in line, and he's just like, "Yeah, you too, man." And then you never know where that conversation can take you.
That could be a best friend. Crazy. It's crazy.
It could legitimately become your best friend. And I've been so fortunate and blessed to have so many great people in my life that came via friendships with one person. You are the prime example of that, David. You and Cody, really great friends. We got introduced. We became really great friends. Like, you both stood up there with me the day that I got married. We both got to stand up there the day that you got married, David, and we both stood up there the day that Cody got married.
Crazy.
Like that interlocking that we had of just mutual friends.
It's crazy.
It really
Yeah,
is when you think about it, how this whole friend group ended up working out, especially with Dumbass, because good Lord knows that's a special kind of cat, bro. Special kind of cat. I love Seth to death. I do. But
Bro, I can't
hey, and
wait.
you're
I
gonna have some
cannot
friends.
wait for dude. When you meet Johnny G, you'll get it.
God, I mean, there's only so much genetics you can fight,
No,
is what I
dog.
feel
I'm
like
telling
in
you,
his
when you
case.
meet this cat's father, you'll get it. I'm telling you, I love him to
100%.
death.
Yeah. But no, something I wanted to add on to what y'all were talking about, like the whole friend group thing. Something I see a lot of, like I'm sure Devin, you saw it, and David, you may have the Cowboys football player that just recently, committed suicide.
Oh yeah.
Happened 2, 3 weeks ago or something. And you see it a lot with like people of notoriety. They put themselves in these large groups of people that do nothing to help them out personally, whether it's a famous person that other people are feeding off of, or, you know, a bunch of famous people that are friends that do shitty things together. I just feel like a big thing with that is quality over quantity. As it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 20, 25, 30. If they're all good people, then that's what really matters. It could be, a small group, but that small group is going to be so much better, it's going to be exponentially better than a group of 50 shitty people.
100%.
Like, just
100%.
because these 50 shitty people say they're friends and they have so many more friends than any one of us do, well, sorry, my friends are better than yours. And that's not just me saying that because I feel that way. You can go ask random strangers, and I know they'll say the same thing.
Yeah.
So that's just the one thing, is that the quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Definitely want to add to that.
I try and teach kids this all the time. They might be too young for it, but I try and teach them that all. I'm like, dude, you're guilty by association, whether that's a positive or a negative.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is, man. You're either, you're guilty by association by being guilty and being a criminal, or you're guilty of being a good person because you're surrounded by good people. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, just like you said, you are who you hang out with.
You guys are still around me because you're awesome people. And that's it. It comes down to, like, if someone came up to me and was like, yeah, that Devin dude did this, this, and that, I'm like, you guys are in my circle. I'm defending you, period. I'm like, that motherfucker, he didn't do that.
Yeah.
And if you're a guy where I'd be like, yeah, he might have done that, you're probably not in my circle.
Take that.
It always goes back to something I heard years and years ago. Every single day, you're at war with the world in some way, shape, or form. And if you look to the people beside you, would those be the people that you would want to go to war for? Would you want those people to stand beside you in the hardest moments of your life and be there for you and be there for them and theirs in those moments? Who's beside you matters. And you'll find out very quickly if they're really there for you or if they're not.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'll kill people for you
100%.
guys. And for
I
myself,
ain't putting
but
that
I'll
on
kill
tape,
people for you
but
guys too. I'll kill
I was
people for
literally
fun.
talking about killing people earlier today. That's so great.
And last week.
It happens often. It happens daily.
Oh.
The thought crosses my mind probably way too often.
I'll go on record. Thanos wasn't completely wrong.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Cody's like,
No, you're right. He wasn't.
oh, man. Well, we forgot to say goodbye there, so I just wanted to jump in and say happy Thanksgiving from me and everyone on the porch. We hope you guys come back and you enjoyed the last few episodes. Happy Thanksgiving.